Welcome guys to another video. I think it's the first video of the year actually, so happy new year everyone. Today we'll be bass testing this speaker. It's a SE.S a 6 ohm 5 watt speaker. Don't mind the phone speaker on the side, since these are magnets, they stick to each other real easily, and I have those tiny phone speakers out of there as well. We'll not be bass testing this particular unit. They have this big magnet on the back. At least I think this is actually the biggest magnet um, speaker that I have. Could be the Philips because I've never taken it apart before. I mean, we also got this real big one, this Japanese or Chinese one, which actually sounds really good. I mean, these are almost as good as the Philips one, which I've bass tested previously. These speakers are absolute heroes. Like, I'm not kidding. The one that I currently have connected has a slight dimple in the voice coil, since it has gotten so hot that it was starting to melt the plastic, sort of. You can barely see that, and it still sounds pretty good. Although the bass sounds a little weird. They have the ceramic magnet on the back, the older type. The newer type is this. This speaker also has a pretty decent magnet, pretty big one. This is a dynamic driver thing, whatever. Not completely sure what they call it. I think it's a I don't know, man. But this is a ceramic magnet. It's not made out of ceramic. Oh, there you go. My tripod fits perfectly with that. So let's turn on the flash and watch this thing move. I will be using several music music videos in this video. I'll be using some no copyright songs, but also videos from My Stoner Mind, which is a bass tester, which is a YouTuber who makes his own music, which I will be mainly testing on this. But first up is just going to be a generic song called Squan Beatbox Lighter, which is a real bassy song. I'll be putting the bass to +10 and the treble to -10, just like I do in every single video. And we'll start right now. Let's make sure the volume on the phone is turned up all the way. If it actually wants to with this stupid... Oh man, old Samsung phones are so crap. There we go. Oh, yay, the aux cord is interfering again. I hope you guys are getting used to this, because it does that sometimes. I hate this aux cord. It's a real cheap one. I should get a better one, I know. I'm probably gonna buy one. Oh, Jesus Christ, why is it not working? So guys, just turns out that this is a 6 ohm speaker, so it's a little bit less loud. This amp is just, this radio is just very sensitive to that, but it can even handle 8 ohm speakers and almost blow them, but definitely stress them. So yeah, it will be a little bit quieter, but it is working. At least, sort of. I don't know what is wrong here. I mean, the cable's kind of fucked. I know. There we go. Oh, but it is moving though. You can definitely see that on camera, but it's almost... You can't almost see that. Let me just bang this. Oh. There we go. Oh, well, the phone wasn't turned up all the way. That's the problem. Fucking stupid Samsung phones. Oh, yeah, there you go. Oh, they're having some great movement on the low bass. Bit of distortion. Oh, I can smell it already. It actually sounds alright, but the bass is pretty creepy on this. Oh, I can smell it. It smells horrendous. It smells like burnt plastic. Well, it's not the case. Oh wow, it actually has some decent low bass. Let's turn it down a bit. This is about as good as it will get. Okay, let's do a little bit. I'm just gonna put my ear on the speaker. Wow, it actually has quite decent low bass on this. I've turned the volume down just to not bottleneck it too much. Let's turn it over again. 70% volume. It actually sounds alright, I gotta say. I mean, when I was using my friend's amp with this thing, it had much. It had quite a bit more excursion. So I'm just gonna search up a My Stoner Mind song. I'm gonna use Sun, Sand, Sea, Subsonics by My Stoner Mind or My Other Mind. It's a bass tester. There's also a slowed version of it, which we'll probably play as well. I'm getting an annoying Red Bull ad. What the fuck? Why doesn't it want to skip? Oh, there you go. There we go. It's playing. Enjoy. Let's turn it down and then up real high. Oh Jesus, I can feel it. You know what? That actually sounds pretty decent. I'm gonna try the slowed version. Low and slow version. Oh, now we're gonna try the bass boosted version. There you go. Let's try bass boosted. Man, these speakers are pretty darn good. I mean, they've survived a lot of excursion. Oh wow, in real life it has much more excursion in real life. Whoa. Not bad. For 3 watt speakers or whatever these are rated at. Yeah, that sounds pretty decent. I gotta say. I'm taking a look at the other one. It's a 5 watt speaker. I mean, so it's pretty decent for that. I mean, it's about 3 watts of real power, to be honest. But the main thing that helps it here is it uses a rubber surround, so it won't deform like some paper cone speakers that I have. A lot of speakers that I've tested before, like let me zoom out real quick. For example, this speaker, these are prone to foam rods because they're made out of paper. As you can see, the foam is entirely fucked on this one, but this speaker does still sound alright because it's not too big. But one of these are perfectly fine because these are the higher quality paper ones. Ah, Jesus, get off of there. 80% volume. Not gonna do it any higher than this. Because I don't really want to blow this thing, even though it's already kind of blown. Wow, these have a good amount of excursion, man. Oh man, I can smell it. It's a little bit of a hotter smell now. That's not that warm. Wow, this is a real smeller, let me tell you. I mean, I've had multiple speakers smell on me, but I haven't, for example, the Philips one, the big one that I've tested in the brief video, that one never smelled on me. It's an excellent quality speaker. It has amazing bass and stuff like that. Thus, why it's my main speaker. These tiny ones are just either grabbed from PCs or stuff like that. For example, this one came out of a PC speaker set. Along with its amplifier. I do have its amplifier, but it's just not powerful enough. I made my own portable Bluetooth speaker out of it, but the ribbon cable's broken, and I'll probably resolder that in a few days or so. This speaker came out of one of those sets. It did not have a subwoofer, sadly. The Sanyo speaker came out of a really old radio. I actually want to do a teardown video on that, but it failed, so I just continued without it. This red wire has been resoldered. I think no, the brown wire. The black one. Excellent soldering job by me. At least that's what I say. These speakers came out of a boombox. They actually had 2 more speakers inside of the boombox that had a higher wattage, but it didn't take them because then I would have to do even more shit with it, and I just threw it away because I actually wanted to use it as a amp, but it broke just a few years ago, I guess. a few days later. The wire's not connecting properly since the stripping on this is broken. They still emphasize a little bit too much. Yeah, they still emphasize too much on the treble. I'm not using a software for this. I'm using the built-in equalizer on my radio. Yeah, it sounds pretty decent. There we go. This is a real good sound. It has more excursion in real life, that's for sure. But the reason why I'm not turning it up more is because I just don't want to blow this. You see a little dimple? I mean, it's probably not even visible, but it's the voice coil that has overheated at one point. Or another. Not sure. It has overheated at one point, I guess. But these things smell, I gotta say. I mean, the highs are clear, but it just makes it more distorted, which is real annoying sometimes with these speakers. It's nice that you can control them via an EQ, but this one just seems to emphasize a little bit more about the highs. I don't know why. I do have Logitech speakers that are similar to this, but are currently in that little build that I just talked about, where I made my own portable speaker. Both of those speakers are inside of that, and they have been put it inside in a real weird way. I think with some wire or something like that. I'm not gonna get them out since they're a nice project that I made, and I don't want to blow the speakers or something. They sound really good. Plus, they don't even have the holes exposed. You probably noticed little holes, which makes it really easy to hook up a speaker. Well, these don't have that. That's why I'm using alligator clips. If my camera wants to focus. So yeah, I also use alligator clips on these Japanese speakers and on the Sanios. Jesus, these attract way too much. More My Stoner Mind songs. Hopefully I'm not gonna get copyrighted by this, but I probably can't get because he makes his own bass fits where people upload their videos to him. But I'm not gonna upload this video to him because I do want to upload a video to him, but not about this. This is gonna be for you guys. This is Meow Tai bass boosted, just a normal version, no slowed. Oh Jesus, that's a great one. Oh yeah. That is a great song. Oh Jesus, look at that slow movement. I don't know why they rattle. Is it the... Yeah, it might be the little clips. They distort like crazy right now. Oh man, I can smell it. The plastic smell's gonna come back. Oh, I just heard it pop. Oh, that's the little wire fucking up on me. I mean, they sound pretty good, but I don't know why they're rattling that much. Oh, it's getting really warm. Wow, that speaker's getting real hot right now. I said it has overheated its voice coil once. So I'm probably not gonna bass test any more speakers. I could bass test these Japanese ones, but they sound really good, and I don't want to blow them at all. In fact, I'm probably gonna put them in some kind of wooden case at some point, and use them as like a secondary set, because I can only use one of these Philips ones, because I only have one line on my radio, because my dad wants to sell this at some point, and I don't want to cut all the wires, even though he probably lets me. So I can't use the secondary speaker. So yeah, what I'm probably gonna do is gonna put these Chinese little ones. These sound amazing. can't believe that they're Chinese or Japanese or whatever Yongchang means. Stupid brand. Come on, man. I think they really sound like Sony's. I'm not gonna lie. They really have the sound aspect of Sony's. And I do have Sony TV speakers, but they don't get bassy at all, to be really honest. I mean, they're like subpar bass speakers, but they're TV speakers, so they're 8 ohms, and that's quite ridiculous. Plus, they focus on the highs so much that it's not even fun anymore. Even with a bass booster software enabled on your Android device. So, I'm just gonna hook this up. I'm gonna unplug this one. This one is the plus, this one is the minus. These Chinese speakers are pretty easy to hook up. This is the one that I mainly probably... this is the one that I wanted to blow, but I'm not going to, because they sound so good. That would just be a real bad thing to do, in my opinion. I mean, you could blow one of them, but... Well, little test, do they work? Yep, it's all hooked up. I had to put it a little bit further back. I'm currently using Third Eye Stimuli by My Stoner Mind, I guess. I just pressed on the song as a test song, but the speakers needs to be hooked up correctly already. These speakers sound real good, like I'm not kidding. There you go. That's just 60% volume. They're 4 ohms. 4 ohms, 4 watts. Oh my goodness. I said it, they sound great. Or is it bad that they sound this rattly? Like, I haven't blown these or anything. I did do probably a bit of a stress test on these, because with speakers you can't really tell if you have stress tested them or not. So, where's Sun Sea Sand bass boosted? Because that song was quite good. There you go. These speakers seem to emphasize a little bit on the highs, but a lot less than the medium speakers or SE.S speakers. Can't seem to find any information about them online. It's probably just a generic speaker, but they sound real good. Probably a little bit cleaner than these. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's vibrating more in real life. Can you see why? Can you see now why I don't want to blow these? They sound legitimately great. I'm not sure if I bass tested these before. Probably have. Not sure. No, I think I actually haven't blown these or bass tested these. Obviously, this is a little bit of a worse one, but these don't get that warm. These don't get that hot or anything. These are great quality, even though they're Chinese or Japanese. They're both just stupid language, I guess. Let's try that same song again. Let's try Sun Sea Sand Subsonics Low and Slow this time, the even lower bass version. Oh, did I die? Did I kill it? Oh, there we go. Holy Jesus, I just noticed how much they're moving. I was looking at the wires. Holy cow. These are some amazing woofers. Holy shit, dude. That's ridiculous. Holy shit. These love low bass. Yep, I'm gonna build a case for these. Yeah, I just want to turn on the flash so the video quality looks a little bit cleaner. These sound clean. These have a ridiculous amount of low bass. These don't really have the best high bass, because it really gets rattly at that point. But I think you can what do you call that? I can't find the word. I think if you take an old subwoofer and like compare these, they are both rattling as much. Like I have an old subwoofer laying around, and that thing sounds so bad at half volume that it's probably gonna blow if I put it any higher than that. Uh, yeah, that's not great. That's why I'm using this setup, since the Philips speaker that I just used. The only reason why that thing is making rattling noises is because um the baseboard is putting out such a high amount of air pressure inside of it that it's doing that. If I cover up the air port, the baseboard, it doesn't do that anymore. I'm talking about this Philips speaker. Talking about Philips, I do have another Philips speaker. Shall we base test that? For that, holy Jesus, stupid advertisement. Don't want to get copyrighted by a stupid advertisement. Last song, Meow Tai Bass boosted on the Eon Chang. Amazing speakers with them. I mean, they're not the cleanest sounding. They do have distortion, don't get me wrong. Yeah, there you go. It doesn't really like high bass. It gets much cleaner with low bass. Not that big distortion, I gotta say. So, next speaker is gonna be a Philips from a really old feeder set. I'm not gonna need these clips for them, since it has a little connector inside of it. Great Chinese speakers. The SE.S speakers also sound great. Don't get me wrong, they really sound good. But the lower amount of ohms on the Chinese one and the higher wattage just makes them, well, higher wattage, 4 watts and 5 watts, but the bigger size of them just makes them better. This video is more of a welcome to 2022 with Ruben Phone Collector than anything else. I mean, I will be doing some phone videos, don't get me wrong. I just had a burp there. Excuse me. Now, lastly, we got this Philips speaker. We're gonna take off the grill because the speaker itself looks real good. I've never really been able to bass test this since it has a tweeter inside. It does have crossover, so it's not gonna blow, thankfully. Oh man, I feel so bad that I punched this in. It's just so satisfying. What model is this? A FWB-MX980F. Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, you thought your Samsung Galaxy S21 Plus had a long name, or Ultra. Impedance 8 ohms. That sucks. That's gonna hit hard on my amp. I'm not even sure what plus and minus is. I think. Wait a minute. Let's take a look at that Chinese speaker. So guys, for this speaker I had to do a lot of stuff. The wires are just too short on the back, but they do connect correctly now. It was an absolute horrendous job, and it's probably gonna break the little strippings on the wire, but they are facing the camera now. So let's search up a bass test again, because I'm using this stupid horrendous Samsung browser, because my brother forgot to sign out on his Google account because he's a jerk. Bass boosted Sun Nancy, here we go. Obviously with the bass set to 10. And the treble set to -10, which is probably not going to be enough. 8 ohm speakers. I have high doubts for this. %60 volume. 70. Horrendous, I gotta say. Like, no fucking movement at all. That was not worth it. Wow, there's no movement, but there is distortion. What the fuck is wrong with you, Philips? I've never been disappointed by Philips until now. So it was not my amp that was the fault with the previous amplifier that I had. It's this horrendous bitch. And why do these sound so amazing then? Oh man, they distort as well. Is it because I pushed this in? Let's see if there's bass. There's not even air coming out of the bass port on the back. Horrendous, I gotta say. They're just purely meant for the highs. So the winner of this video is probably gonna go to that little SE, that Chinese speaker, sorry. It just sounds real good. It has amazingly low bass. It even surprised me there. That was my live reaction that you guys just saw, if anyone is interested. Yeah, I just dropped my phone because my tripod is a bitch. There you go. Now it's fixed. I put it on a too small. There, I also dropped my laptop on the speaker. Don't put things on top of speakers. I'm not gonna blame this speaker since it sounds so good. But yeah, the clear winner here is just this Chinese one. It sounds ridiculously good. It has an amazing amount of movement. The lower you get on the frequencies, the better it sounds. This SE.S speaker, amazing foaming on, amazing surround. It's made out of rubber, so it's not gonna rot fast unless you like put it in like corrosive environments like water and stuff like that. So also real good, but they don't sound as clean as the Chinese speaker, and they do they get a little bit distorted a little bit quicker. So while I'm hooking up the Chinese one again to bass test that one. I do want to give y'all wish y'all a happy new year, the best year you can get. Hopefully, this is gonna be a pretty good year for me. I haven't gotten any phones this year yet. The last ones were just a little, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 4S. It's going perfectly fine with them. Where do I? This is the minus. There we go. Isn't it? Nope, it's not. It's the plus. Anyways, is it clamping onto the wire? Yes, it is. That's kind of bad. Don't want to break the little leads on that, because if the leads break, you have to hook them up to the leads. And if you have like a real bassy amplifier, it's not gonna sound good, and it's gonna spark. Like, it's gonna spark real badly. It can actually damage your amp. And even though this car radio is like, nah, I don't give a fuck with basically everything, it's not gonna matter too much for me, except when you short circuit the two audio cables together. Because if you get that, it's gonna make a humming noise for some reason. Also, the reason why I don't hear any ticking noises or clicking noises when I connect the speaker is because this amplifier has some kind of, I don't know what it's called. I think it's, no, it's not called RDS Eon. It's some technology that it has used. I can't get on a name. That makes it real hard to get like a harsh signal on the wires, which is great, because if you have your speakers hooked up the wrong way, well, you're gonna be in trouble. Damn, that's a clean sound. I love them. They're the second to best speakers that I have. The best one are the Philips, obviously. I mean, they don't give the biggest bass ever, but that's because it's just not... It's not inside of a casing. This is free air. Ah, stupid tripod. Just... There you go. I'm gonna show this to my dad. These sound real good. Yes, they do get a little bit distorted, but that's probably because of the over-excursion. I think it's a little bit of over-excursion. There we go, there's the slowed version for y'all. So I just want to give y'all, wish y'all a happy new year, obviously. And I will probably be getting some phones this year. Quite a lot, probably. Not sure if it's going to be more than the previous year, because 2021 was a real good year for at least for me. Jeez, these vibrate like crazy, man. These are like subwoofers.